Hi, and welcome to another episode of Adventures in Glass with Doug. That's me. We got a bit of a project to work on today that is a repair to a piece that got damaged in, I keep mentioning my glass disaster. I had quite a number of totems that were totally broken, but some that had just gotten part of it smashed. This piece had a plate at this level that got broken off. It also had a little bit more on the top of this pink mosaic glass vase. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this upper piece off and maybe reconfigure it into something else. The base is just too good to pass up. So what we're going to do is use a couple of things to make this happen. First of all, we're going to have, anytime you're working on some of your broken glass, make sure you have safety goggles and a pair of gloves, because we're going to use a razor to kind of cut through the silicone that's in there. Now, I'm probably not going to video the whole process, but to give you an idea, and I don't know whether you can see, but there's a fairly large chip there. You know, obviously we have silicone on the bottom and on the top of that. Usually we're fairly successful with a razor blade going around where the seam is, in this case where the chipped pieces are. I can hear them as they go around. And we may have to go around a couple of times to break through the seal. Right there. Got an opening there where we're through the seal, which will probably a piece of glass already made its way out. So that'll help us a little bit. Okay, you can see that we're able to peel that off. Those are the remaining pieces on the edge of that vase. Okay, we have that off, and that leaves us with the remaining part of the plate that was there. So we're going to take some time to just carefully get those pieces off. Well, I think you can see why I like using silicone. I can manage to make these repairs. I was able to get the razor blade under those broken glass pieces, and I removed that. Now I'm just scraping away the remaining silicone. Okay, I'm going to take the opportunity to just clean up all of this glass and get it in good shape before we rebuild, and I'll go pick out some pieces that I think can go with this, and we'll be back, see what we get. Before we move on, I wanted to show you something. I've got this piece cleaned up, but I think I've mentioned before, I like to position my pieces in ways that aren't necessarily recognizable. I mean, obviously you know this was a vase, but it's not sitting the way a vase normally sits, so it's a bit of a surprise and it looks a little different. Let me show you what would happen if you were to position this differently. And you know, it could have been a choice. I could have taken this vase and put it this way with the plate and the bowl above it, and it would have been a really nice sculpture all by itself, just like that. And it could have been a bird bath with that. Not a lot of water in there, but it could work. It just depends. It's funny how it changes up the look. It just depends what you want to do. In this case, I think I'm going to flip it over and continue with what I was doing. The other thing I want to point out is, you know, sometimes when you get these edges between the plates and the bowls, despite everything, you'll end up with a layer of dirt or grime in there. And the best way I can figure, I mean, you can sometimes get like a toothbrush and scrub it out, but if you get a rag and that has a little texture to it, get it wet with your cleaning solution and then just work it around into that crack, if you will, and you can usually pull out all of the dirt that's in there. As you can see, I had a little bit of dirt that was in there that we got out. So that's just a tip for cleaning these, which you may not be cleaning them. Okay, I'm not going to put this one on the turntable because it's a pretty heavy piece. I think I can line it up without putting it on that. You may remember I had a video recently where I was repairing a solar fountain for a friend whose punch bowl on the top had broken in a winter freeze. Well, I was going to use this bowl for it, but I really felt it's a heavy bowl. I really don't know if it was a salad bowl or a big old pasta bowl, but it's heavy. So if you notice, I think I'm going to make it work on this one. It's a very sturdy base for it, and I think it's going to work out fine. It's a fairly plain bowl, but since we've got some ribbing in here and a lot of detail below this, I think that will add some interest to it. So you know the procedure. It's going to be putting a good bead of silicone. Now that I cleaned off all the old silicone, there we have that. I definitely need to let that dry. I'm going to move it aside so we can work on a few other things, but that will work out just fine. I think we'll do a real quick repair on one of my classic pieces, one that I built rather a while ago, and I was outside today picking up a few of these that really needed to be cleaned up, so I cleaned it off. It there's something missing on the top. It was either a marble or it could have been one of these balls. That's pretty weathered. That looks like that's going to need some help with the alcohol ink. So I think a better choice is one of these sea glass balls that I've got. I bought those. I think they are the ones that people talk about being the Japanese fishing net floats. So I've got a little rim of silicone in here from whatever lived on here previously, and I'm going to skim that off with a razor blade. And again, the silicone usually comes out pretty easy. And there we have our repair. I actually think that looks better than what I originally did. So sometimes the repairs are not extensive, but sometimes the cleaning is, if they've been out for, I think this probably hasn't been cleaned up in 2 years. So there you have it. I think that actually looks better than what my original design was. Everything's kind of in the same palette. Okay.